This is an issue that's very special to a lot of people, myself included. The guy who created Zelda, Shigeru Miyamoto, he actually wanted to create a game that would reflect his own childhood experiences of being out in the wilderness and just exploring, looking for things that were interesting, like trying to find caves and hiding places and creatures and things like that. So for him, the Zelda series was his way of kind of realizing his childhood dream of going out into the wilderness and exploring in game form. Similar deal with Pokemon, actually. Here's Pokemon, they love to catch bugs when they were kids. And they thought, hey, let's create a game about bug catching and maybe someone will like it, you know, and turns out a lot of people liked it. So anyway, Volume 34, Nintendo Power. We're gonna smash into fantastic new adventures every month with Nintendo Power. See that? I'm hungry for action. Send me the power. Nintendo Power. So yeah, moving on. And in this issue, we've got a few really cool games. We got Terminator 2 for the NES. We've got Zelda, we've got The Empire Strikes Back, which is kind of awesome. Let's take a look at the Player's Pulse, the letters to the editor. What do we got this month? I think it would be cool to offer free Nintendo Power boxing shorts. I've included a sketch of what they look like. Okay. Alright, so here we got The Empire Strikes Back, Super Star Wars for the NES. And oh my god, this first level, the map, the area map for this first level is insane. It's like, good god. This is like the size of the final level of most games. It's like the size of entire worlds in some games. It's ridiculous. I'm never going to play this game now. I might have played this game at some point, but now I'm not going to play it. Now that I've seen this massive first level. Oh, here we go. Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the NES. There is no fate but the fate you make. Indeed. So yeah, this makes this game look so cool. And this is what Nintendo Power does. It takes games that are, you know, subpar, like especially movie-based games that aren't any good, and it makes them seem like the coolest thing ever. So here's the first level, the truck stop. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a straight line. It's just like a straight line, and it's a bunch of trucks. And you spend the entire level just beating up truckers. It's just like, what? And at the end you fight this giant trucker who's like twice Arnold's size. What? And oh yeah, the second level. I've actually played this game before. In the interest of full disclosure, I've actually played this game. And the second level is as far as I got. You've got the bike chase where you're in the canal outside Los Angeles. Basically, it starts you out right in front of a gate that you have to immediately shoot. And if you don't react within like 2 seconds, you just die. You just auto die. So that's as far as I ever got with this game. And oh boy, here we go. We've got McKids. Oh boy, there are no words for this one. But yeah, this is an infamous game, McKids. I believe the Angry Video Game Nerd made it kind of famous at one point. We've got classified information. This month we got a lot of codes for the new Super NES. Oh yeah, got some Super Mario World, got some Sim City, and here we come to the Zelda comic, which this is kind of like the best comic that Nintendo Power ever did, in my opinion. The A Link to the Past comic. In this issue we've got the Book of Medora, and ooh, wow, this is a great shot right here. We gotta get a close-up of that one. Link, and then we've got these kind of slides right here of Aghanim, and he's going from silhouette to non-silhouette. Boom, 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 boom. There's this little guy at the end there. I'm not sure what he is. I remember reading this issue when I was a kid because I remember Link in the village, and this was before I ever had a chance to play A Link to the Past. Like, I actually played the game. And this made the game look so cool. Link actually had some wings made for him, which I don't think that actually happened in the game, but you know what? These comics can take some liberties, and it's okay. So he gets some wings, and then he flies out into the desert, which is endless, and there's a giant tornado. This definitely didn't happen in the game, but I'll allow it. And this is interesting because these 4 pillars, they're definitely not in A Link to the Past, but they're in Super Mario 64. Which this is kind of crazy because they have that one pyramid level where you have to go up on the 4 pillars and you have to do something to like get a star or something like that. And there's a statue of a scorpion. Man, this makes the game look so cool. He fights a giant caterpillar centipede thing, and that's it for this month's Zelda comic. Now we've got some Mega Man 2 coverage right here, about the halfway point of the issue here. So far, this is an amazing issue, and if you've never, if you've been watching these reviews and like enjoying my commentary, hopefully on Nintendo Power, but you don't actually own any of these issues yourself, I would say that this is one that you should go out and buy. Like right now, go on Amazon, track this one down. Alright, so here we've got Mega Man 2, which is one of the better Game Boy games out there. A lot of fun. Here we see Mega Man riding his sled dog. This game is a game that I wanted for a long time, but truth be told, it's probably the easiest out of all the Mega Man games. Now, when you're a kid and you're reading Nintendo Power, one of the things that really stands out to you, the bosses, you got these really cool drawings of the bosses for this particular game. You got Metal Man and Woodman, and then they explain to you that you use Metal Man's weapon to defeat Woodman, and it's like, that's so cool. You use the metal blade to defeat the wooden boss. It's just very, very compelling. Here we've got some more boss designs. Got Airman, Needle Man, Magnet Man, Hard Man, and Top Man. And all of them just look really cool. Nintendo Power it had this magical way of just making all this stuff seem awesome. Not only did they have a Zelda comic that was amazing, they also had a Mario comic that was amazing. It does not get any better than this. Here we have Yoshi hatching from a giant egg. Mario and Luigi cannot believe their eyes. They're like, what is this? They've never seen this guy before. Their first encounter with Yoshi. Here's somebody who did not exist in the Mario games. You see, the Zelda comic isn't the only comic to take some liberties with the story. The Mario comic features the debut of Friendly Floyd. Friendly Floyd, the friendly merchant, who is out to swindle our heroes out of their hard-earned coins. Here we've got the Yoshi language series, level 1. This is important. See? The word hello, Yoshi. How are you? Yoshi. Fine, thank you, Yoshi. So basically the punctuation is the only thing that changes. Alright, so this part's really weird. We've got the white knuckle contest with Trickster. I don't know what this is. Like, who are these people? What's happening? When an all-expense paid trip to see Trickster in concert. Like, is this Trickster? Who are these guys? What's the meaning of this? You know what I mean? It's like, are these the same guys? What's going on here? Why is one of them like 2 feet tall? Grand prizes. I mean, just if anyone knows like what the deal is here, let me know. Because, these are two different bands, right? Because like, is this some kind of like special effect? What is happening? Why? Oh, look at this. 2 of my favorite games, Dragon Warrior 3. How do you find the Golden Claw and the Pyramid? How to build experience quickly? How do I become a sage? This is making me want to play Dragon Warrior 3, like, immediately. I love that game. Metroid 2, one of my favorite games as well for the Game Boy. Look at these screenshots. So I want you to get a good look at these screenshots and look at how interesting this game looks. Oh, and here we've got Lemmings, which is a game about the American electorate. Anyway, you got cavemen, you got cave women, you've got stone axes flying through the air. It's just a fun time. And of course you have meat, lots of meat that you eat to restore your health. Who doesn't love eating meat to restore their health? Oh, and you fight a T-Rex, you fight a pterodactyl. Look at how much fun this looks. Look how colorful this looks. We should look at these levels. Just look at the color scheme here. You got blue, you got red, you got just all kinds of primary pastel colors, and it just looks like fun. It looks happy. It's like a happy setting, compared to modern games with their grayscale and everybody's covered with dirt and blood. Change locations one more time, and I'm going to talk about the main event of this issue, A Link to the Past. So, meet me at stage 3. This tree is amazing.
Isn't it huge?
It's really cool. And I love you can actually see where there's like a little separation between the bark and the wood there. Look at that. Wow. Alright. It's like a cave right there, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It is time for the main event of the evening. talking about Zelda: A Link to the Past. This game is amazing. It means a lot to a lot of people. It looks like it's coming out on May 1st. May 1st of, what year is it now? 1992. So, wow. And right away, it's like the coverage of this game is magical. We've got the Tools of the Trade, which is the complete list of all the items that Link can acquire in the game. I don't know if you can see this, but look at all those cool items. And I love the designs. I love the way these things look. Each one of them has a very distinctive power. Yeah, it just makes you look forward to playing the game and collecting all of them. It's like I can't wait to play the game so I can find the bug catching net and catch bugs. Find the magic cape and turn invisible. And that's to say nothing of things like bombs and magic powders and mushrooms. Magic hammer. There's just so many cool items in this game. You just want to collect all of them. That's one of the best things about Zelda for me, is just finding like all the cool items that they create for these games. Man, the world map. This is the light world, and then later there's the dark world, of course. And the light world is Link's homeworld. Everything's nice there. And then the dark world is like the evil, twisted version of Link's homeworld. But yeah, look at this map though. It has like every screen in the game. And it's like you look at this map and all you want to do is just step into this world and explore it. It's like I'm looking at this area over here with all these trees. I want to go there. I want to walk through all these trees, see what I can find, see what I can dig up. There's a lake in the southwest or southeast there, and I want to just like go to that lake and swim around and see if I can find anything interesting. You've got the mountain up north. It's just really is something to behold. And for each section of the world that they talk about, they run down like all the really interesting things of note in that part of the world. And they've got the Master Sword right there in the Lost Woods. That's your goal. You got to get the Master Sword so you can defeat the evil sorcerer. The Desert of Mystery. When it comes down to it, and this is the really crazy part, the Desert of Mystery is this tiny, tiny little area in the game. It's only a few screens long. But this tiny little area has so much to discover. There's just so many interesting things about this tiny little area that when you think back on it, you remember it as being this huge desert. And it just amazes me that they did so much with such a small world. And here we've got the Hyrule Castle with Aghanim the Sorcerer. Another very small area that takes on a life of its own. It seems so much bigger than it actually is. And then there's the Eastern Palace. For some reason there are two palaces in the kingdom. I don't know why. Maybe the Eastern Palace was like the queen's summer home because she can't stand the king and she's only with him to keep up appearances. And I want us to get a close-up of this. Link, right here. No pants. No pants on this guy right here. I wish Zelda wasn't wearing pants. So yeah, we got two worlds, light and dark. We got the Dark Palace, the very first dungeon of the Dark World. Link's true quest begins. That is absolutely the case. The Dark World is something like 8 dungeons, whereas the Light World is what, like 4? So you've just started the game when you get to the Dark World. It's just the beginning. This is when things get serious. Will Link fulfill his destiny? That's up to you, the player. And I love the way Nintendo Power, as great as their coverage is, they always know when to end it. It's like going on a date with someone and leaving them wanting more. You know what I mean? It's like they don't cover the whole game. They'll cover up to a certain point, and then they'll be like, here are 2 or 3 screenshots of the remaining 75% of the game, but we're not going to tell you anything about it, because it's up to you to journey forth and discover it yourself. Now playing with George and Rob. Oh my god, they gave really high numbers to Terminator 2 for the NES. They each gave it a 4.0 in one of the 4 stats. Unbelievable. A 4.0 is like a modern day 8 or 9. And T2 for the NES does not deserve a score that high in anything. George and Rob, if you're out there, you lied to us. Finally, we have the top 20 for March 1992. And on top of the NES charts, we've got Super Mario Bros. 3, of course. And on top of the Game Boy charts, Super Mario Land. And you're not going to believe this, but on top of the Super NES charts, we've got Super Mario World. That's right, a three-peat. All three. Mario has conquered the universe. And that about concludes Volume 34 of Nintendo Power. Amazing issue. Just go out and buy it for yourself, because there's really nothing I can say about this issue that'll do it justice. It's just a magical issue. Covers a magical game that everyone loves this game. You know, everyone who grew up with this game has fond memories of it. So, finally, we've got Pack Watch, a look into the games of the future. Coming soon, we've got WWF Super WrestleMania, brother, for the Super Nintendo, brother. Nintendo Power Volume 34. Thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful day, great outdoors. Had to film on location if I was going to be talking about a game like Zelda. The creator of this game, he loved being outside as a kid, and that's the reason why he gave us this game. It was a way for him to express the joy and the wonder that he felt when he explored the great outdoors as a young boy. And I just felt like it was only the right thing to do, to have this episode out here among the birds and talk about his game. And hopefully I did it justice on some level. So thank you for joining me. It means a lot, and I'll see you next time. What's happening? Why? Why is any of this happening? And now we've got Counselor's Corner with the E3 team of America. You're still here? Show's over. Go on. Go. Go. Show's over.